Hi everyone and welcome back once again. I'm Petra and I have my glass of wine here. I'd just like to say Happy New Year to all of you around the globe. I know it's already the 2nd of January, but I was too wasted yesterday really to to make any productive videos. So cheers, I'm just doing that today and I'd like to just wish you all the strength, courage, respect, love for yourself that you need to proceed on your journey of healing this coming year. So, cheers. I'll just take a quick sip and then I'll put it down. Because I want to stay focused as I'm speaking to you. So, I received an email and just, speaking on emails, I have replied to almost all of you today. So I think there's just another 5 or maybe 6 emails that I still have to reply to. So please just bear with me a little while longer. And thank you once again for emailing me. So I received an email from a gentleman, a viewer, and one of his questions was, is the narcissist capable of maintaining a long-term relationship? Okay, I'll give you the short answer to that. No. And now I will go through all the points to show you why that is a no, in my opinion. I mean, of course, there are very many YouTube channels and certain sites, websites and internet that claim otherwise, to say that, if you take the steps to learning how to deal with a narcissist, that you can maintain a long-term relationship with the narcissist. Now, I personally don't agree with that, because where you learn how to deal with the narcissist is also a way of devaluing yourself by staying in these relationships, because they just get you nowhere. They might get the narcissist, or they might supply the narcissist with a lot of feed, a lot of fuel, but in return you will find yourself totally depleted. So this is just my opinion once again. As you all know, my very first boyfriend was a narcissist, and that relationship lasted for 8 years, but there was a lot of verbal abuse, of course, emotional manipulation, a lot of physical abuse on a daily basis, and a lot of cheating was going on. He cheated a lot. And I knew, but I chose to look the other way. So, no. Narcissists are not capable of maintaining long, healthy, productive, loving relationships. They are able or capable of maintaining destructive, devaluing, manipulative relationships. That they are capable of doing. So I'm going to take you through some points once again. The narcissist's agenda is as follows. They do not want to hear, feel, communicate, validate, or see you. They may fake this, and that is how we get caught up in these relationships. But the truth of it is, they do not want to have that positive and truthful relationship. And it's not only that they don't want to, it's just that they are incapable of doing that. So what the narcissist really does is that they start off with a very minimum investment or deposit, and then they proceed to withdraw thousands, if not millions, from your emotional bank account. That is what they do. So when you are in the love bombing stage, of course, they will mirror you. So all your good points, all your good qualities, the way you laugh, the way you smile, the way you love, they will mimic this. So they are using you as their mirror. So that is why we fall into these relationships, because we see ourselves, or let me put it this way, we see the good part of ourselves in them, simply because they're mirroring us. And this is the way they get you to continue, or to start and continue a relationship with them. But once again, they make a very small effort, very small deposit, and they will go ahead and withdraw until you are, you're just down and out. The narcissist views themselves as superior, so they will fake empathy. There will be constant criticism once you're in the relationship. They are always in need of admiration and validation. You can, also relate to this, is that the admiration, it just never stops. It starts from the time they get up in the morning, and it only ends when you get into bed. So it's this continuous, seeking validation, and it'll be done in a subtle way, and it'll be done in a very obvious way. I, for one, found it very tiring, and I did it for 8 years, and as I know, so many of you have done it for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, but it just gets to the point where you feel so spent, so depleted, you just cannot, you just don't have the energy to invest anymore. So, yeah, that is the admiration and the validation of it all, is that it is continuous, but it is never given back to you. You are always seeking the validation and admiration from them, and you will just never receive that. Another thing is that they may have multiple affairs. As I just said at the beginning of the video, that is what happened to me. My boyfriend was having several affairs during the relationship. Excuse me. And I knew of them. Some of them were, simultaneously. So we had several different women, and he would come home to me at night. So, there's a lot of disrespect involved there as well, because, whatever he may have picked up sexually transmitted diseases, I was as gullible as to say, well, that's fine. We'll just, have sex without protection, which is just not the right way to go. I mean, I'm talking 24 years ago. So, we are more educated now, let me put it that way. So if you suspect that your narcissistic partner is having an affair, take the steps to protect yourself. I realize how extremely difficult that can be, because once you call them out on it or you ask them if they're having an affair, of course they will deny it, or they will make up some story and call you crazy. And, so how do you bring up the conversation of, I want to protect myself, I want to use a condom, or whatever the case may be. Very difficult thing. So, I don't know. I cannot fill that in for you. I just know at that time, it got to the point where I did contract a sickness, a sexually transmitted disease. And I think that is when I started to wake up, when I started to admit to myself that this was not the way to go. And once again, I did not know I was dealing with a narcissist at the time, but I did know that I was being disrespected. So that was for me the start of saying, I need to end this. I need to break away. So whatever you need to do to get to that point of securing yourself and keeping your body safe, you need to go ahead and do that. So yeah, I just touched on physically abusive, but that is something that will always happen. So in some cases, you might be more verbally abused and less physical, or it'll be the other way around, or you'll have both. You will get the full physical and verbal abuse on a daily basis. So these are the traits that you will, this is what you will have to deal with in relationship with a narcissist. Another thing is that they will always try to correct you, to put you on the right path. And when I say correct you, this might have to do with your appearance. They might say you need to change your hair color, you need to cut your hair, you need to grow out your hair. If it's a woman, you need to grow a beard, or you need to lose some weight, or you need to put on some weight, or whatever it is. So they will continuously criticize your appearance. Not only your appearance, but also the way you talk, walk, sit, eat, your facial expressions. I know with the narcissistic friend that I was dealing with, she was in a relationship at the time that I was in friendship with her, and she would also correct her partner on the way he sat and talked and walked and his facial expressions. I never noticed it myself, but she would also always speak about his, just look at the way he's looking at me, look at that expression on his face. So they will always have something to say about everything about you. They will have criticisms about every single aspect of your physical appearance and of your inside appearance. Another thing that comes to mind is also that they will force you into kinky sexual acts or empty sex. And what I mean by empty sex is that it is, absolutely not loving. So I think, you can make the difference, see the difference there for yourself when you talk about having sex and making love. Two totally different things. So with the narcissist, you'll find that you will just be having sex, and maybe in the beginning stages, in the love bombing stages, you will have mind-blowing sex, where your knees are shaking and you're gasping for air. So that could happen. But that is usually only in the first stages, and sometimes they will do that throughout the relationship, where that is another way of manipulating you. When you threaten to leave, they will get you into the bedroom again and give you this mind-blowing sex, which keeps you in their web of darkness. So you will be forced into sex, or you will have empty sex. And when you are in a loving and warm and healthy relationship, then you will be making love instead of having sex. Another point is that it is all about them. Now, this is something that this is one of the first traits that pop up when dealing with a narcissist, is that it is all about them. As long as you continue to cater to their every need and never go against their will. So, it's their way or the highway. It's all about control. It's all about manipulation. It's all about intimidation. It's all about using you as a puppet. So the narcissist you can see as a puppeteer, and you are the puppet. And that is the way they keep you answering to their every beck and call. And in the meantime, you find that you just sink lower and lower and lower into a very deep depression. The narcissist is a pillar of strength in the community, in the outside world. But they are a weapon of emotional destruction behind closed doors. I'm sure you can also relate to this. It just, as I'm saying that, it just floods my head with memories again of what I went through in the love relationship with a narcissist is that he was this wonderful, warm and funny and caring guy on the outside, pillar of strength, was always ready to help someone else, was always, showing his good side, his fake side, to the outside world, and behind closed doors, he was a weapon of emotional destruction. He was a bully. He was a terrible person behind closed doors. But of course, the outside world hardly ever gets to see that. So, having said all of that, no, the narcissist is not capable of having a long-term relationship in a healthy way. And I think that the real question should be, reevaluate your investment of compassion and love and time. You need to reevaluate that, because the real question is, are you happy? Are you capable of maintaining a long-term relationship? And if it is with the narcissist, then it is one where you are being bullied into staying, where you cannot speak out, you have no voice, you have no self-respect, you have no love for yourself. So I think that should be the real question. Are you happy? Are you willing to continuously live in the shadows of an illusion? Are you willing to do that? That is the real question. Are you willing to live in the shadows? Are you willing to tolerate this kind of abuse and this kind of relationship? Do you not think that you are worth so much more than that? Those are the real questions you need to ask. So for the viewer who asks the question of, are narcissists capable of long-term relationships, I think the real question should be pointed or posed to yourself. And these are the questions that you can ask yourself, because that is the question behind the question that you are asking. So, I said in a previous video that in order to have a healthy and loving relationship with someone else, it is imperative that you start by having a loving and healthy and wholesome relationship with yourself. Because once you have that, then you will be able to see things clearly. You will be able to make healthy decisions. You will be able to feel true love and true value. And then you will be able to move on and have these wonderful relationships with someone who is seriously and authentically in love with you, and who will treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And in turn, you can give your love and compassion and your time, and it will cost so little effort, because it is coming from a place of authenticity. So in closing this video, I'd like to say, what if you committed to more love and more respect for yourself this coming year? What if you would do that? Just think about it. And when you've thought about it, and when you've felt how you feel, if you listen to your intuition, you will know what those answers are. That's it for this evening. Maybe some food for thought. It definitely gets me thinking again. That's why I love making these videos, is because it when I hear myself speak, there's a lot of stuff that I still have to think through and feel through. So it helps me as well, and it brings back certain memories, and it shows me just how far I have already come. And I think that is something that you should also take into account. Just look at how far you have already come from where you were. And if you are still in the middle of this relationship, then what do you need? Ask yourself that question. What do you need to take the next step into changing the whole look of your existence? I'd like to leave it there for now, but I will get back to you again sometime this week. Take care, stay happy, and speak to you all very soon. Bye for now.